4-5.
And that's
Test 1 2.
Ba 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 ba. Okay, dokey. We just got to be real close to the mic, huh? And is that kind of quiet or what? Oh, no, it seems okay. All right. Miles can do it. We're good.
Number 14, senior Jet Frenzy. Number 32, junior Sean Temple. And number 35, senior Adrian Barnes. And now the starting lineup for the Huskies. Number 2, sophomore Jayden Hatley. Number 4, junior Keegan Phillips. Number 10, junior Cooper McBride. Number 22, senior Luke Boyd. And number 23, senior Tim Broom. The Huskies are coached by Clay Comstock. And now here are the non-starters for your Jaguars. Number 2, junior Quinn Jack. Number 4, sophomore Zach McMahon. Number 13, senior Aiden Cool. Number 20, senior Carson Reardon. Number 22, sophomore Braxton Jones. Number 23, sophomore Brody Reardon. Number 24, senior Mason Smith. And number 42, senior Tommy Rao. And now the starting lineup. At forward, 6'8" senior, number 0, Shane Hassett. At guard, 6'2" senior, number 1, Jalen Ashley. At guard, 6'3" junior, number 3, Nick Fallon. At guard, 5'11" senior, number 5, Brody Apple. And at guard, 6'5" sophomore, number 12, Chris Schlesinger. Your Jaguars are coached by Kip Grahams. Please remember that sportsmanship is a top priority at Rock Canyon High School and the Colorado High School Activities Association. Your admission to this event entitles you to enjoy the skills of these student athletes in an educational setting. Please give all athletes your positive support and encouragement. Bullying, taunting, or derogatory remarks directed towards opponents and or officials is unsportsmanlike and unacceptable. Please be a role model of positive sporting behavior. Once again, welcome to Rock Canyon High School, and we hope you enjoy the game. Play ball!
And we are live in the jungle on this beautiful February afternoon senior night for the Rock Canyon Varsity Basketball Squad. My name is Sage Wheeler. I'm joined here today by Matthew Mejia.
That's me.
And today we're going to watch this matchup as the Jaguars take on the Douglas County Huskies. The Jaguars being ranked number 47 in the state of the Colorado, and Douglas County sitting at 54. And that's tip-off. Douglas County wins it. Number 2, Jayden Hackley, the phenomenal point guard sophomore for County, handling the ball. Dribbling around the apron, so it's a nice pick and roll. And this Douglas County team, Matt, they're known to score a lot, especially in comparison to the Jaguars. They're putting up 69.6 points per game so far this season over their 19 games, whereas Rock Canyon's only putting up 55.7. What do you think that score discrepancy is going to amount to in this game?
Well, you know, I haven't really watched much basketball, but going to these Jag games, we don't really like to look at the negatives.
Yeah.
Although they do score a lot. We've got an up on them. Obviously, our first defense was locked down. They couldn't get a shot off. I guess they did, but it wasn't really clear. So if we can keep playing that, I guess we don't really have to worry about the stats that much, because we've seen our Jags come back, and the energy that we've got tonight with our full student section, that should show something for the Jags.
Well, it's Rock Canyon now with the ball, swinging it around. It's Jalen Ashley driving and passes it off to Jake Hassett, swings it out to the outside, Brody Aho. Out to Nick Fallon, takes a nice little runner. Ooh, and it sinks, but the refs call travel, so it's going to be a no shot. Douglas County taking it up, and a quick drive inside, and a nice little dump-off score by Keegan Phillips, the junior forward. Those are the first points of the game, almost 2 minutes in. Looking like it's going to be a bit of a defensive matchup.
There we go. Nice three from the Jags to start off our section. Start off this game right.
Great three from Jake Hassett there. You know, he's got range for a bigger guy.
He really does. You see him inside the paint all the time, but he can really step out and sink those shots.
Oh, yeah. And now Chris Schlesinger, the phenomenal sophomore, taking it up.
Missed attempt by the Jags. That's going to go right back to the Huskies. That's two boards by the Huskies, and they put it back up.
You know, the momentum's there for Rock Canyon, but it's going to be interesting how they establish themselves so far this game on the boards. They're really going to have to crash and not let up those second chance opportunities if they want to come away with a win.
And they're going to have to do it quick. Our Jags, if we can start it quick, we got that mentality throughout the rest of the game. It's tough to pick it up if you go down in the first half. But if we can see our Jags pick it up first, then we've got a good shot at keeping that energy.
Ooh, Douglas County going for the alley-oop on the fast break. And Jalen Ashley is there to get the rebound. Way to clean that paint. Chris Schlesinger taking it up the court, passes to Jake Hassett. Back to Schlesinger driving. Ooh, and he's fouled on the nice little layup attempt.
Fouls on number 10, Cooper McBride, his first personal, team's first.
That's a foul on the Douglas County center, Cooper McBride. He's having a pretty great year, especially as a junior. Really blossoming into his own, especially on the defensive end of the ball, but he's also putting up 10 points per game with 5 rebounds. Chris Schlesinger. And it's just off the mark.
Huskies are going to drive it in and get that two.
Ooh, that's a nice little layup by the senior, number 23, Tim Broom. He's been splitting a lot of time so far this season with the sophomore point guard, Jayden Hackley, but they're both a wonderful scoring duo for the Huskies. Jalen Ashley driving. Ooh, and hits the nice little inside layup. Number 2, Jayden Hackley taking it up for Douglas County now. Ooh, and Jake Hassett making the nice little move to stop that momentum. Rock Canyon doing well there to switch around the offense's moves, but the refs call a shooting foul on Jalen Ashley. Nothing to be concerned about, still just one foul here 4 minutes into the game. The student section getting some energy in there. Unfortunately, this time, number 2, Jayden Hackley makes the shot, but maybe next time with the free throw. What kind of energy do you see the student section bringing?
Well, I mean, we can see them hyping up the other players to miss the free throw.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we love sportsmanship, so we see them cheering on our guys as well then when they get down to that side of the court.
Oh, yeah. It's always wonderful to have home field advantage.
Of course.
Number 5, Brody Aho taking it up. Passes to Jake Hassett. Oh, and he's looking inside for Tommy Rao. Number 42, the big guy. They're swinging it around. Mason Smith with the ball. Jalen Ashley looking for Tommy. Ooh, and they finally get it to him. And that's a great try with his post moves. Looking like Hakeem the Dream out there, but no good. Number 5, Brody Aho. Ooh, nice behind the back move. Gives it to Jake Hassett, driving. Ooh. And a nasty block by number 4, Keegan Phillips, the junior from Douglas County. Absolutely vicious as he blocks it out of bounds. But it's no matter because Jalen Ashley puts in a nice little scoop to bring the Jaguars within 1 point. Number 2, Jayden Hackley, slowing it down now. Ooh, and a high arcing 3 attempt from Tim Broom. Just off the mark. Number 5, Brody Aho, bringing it up. Swings it out to Jalen. Wonderful little 3 there to spark the offensive momentum, huh, Matt?
It's really awesome to see. You know, the
Douglas County swinging it around the perimeter. And it is getting real chippy down there under the basket, but Rock Canyon's been able to come away with a lot of these rebounds. Jalen Ashley flexing on him after that tough converted layup. Ooh, and a nifty little move in return by 23, Tim Broom. Man, these seniors sure are putting on tonight on senior night. Great scoop there off the miss.
huge block by number 4 on the Huskies.
Man, that's his second of the game.
Oh, missed dunk opportunity.
Jalen Ashley just off the mark on that dunk attempt.
And the
He's
Huskies
been heating
lose.
up today.
He really has. He's feeling it. You can see it.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if we got another look like that later in the game.
Oh, yeah. Huskies pushing the pace. Goes off a Rock Canyon player and then out of bounds, but they take the opportunity to trade out their lineup. Now on the floor for Rock Canyon, we've got number 3, Nick Fallon, number 12, Chris Schlesinger, number 42 at center, Tommy Rao, number 20, Carson Rardin, and number 13, Aiden Cool. Carson Rardin, the senior coming in now at point and small forward. You know, he's made a great impact in admittedly limited minutes on this team. He always plays with heart, always with hustle, and he's a great distributor, as you can see here. Swings it out to Schlesinger, driving. Ooh, and a nice little attempt just off the mark. And great work there by Carson Rardin, number 20, drawing the charge. Those are the nice little great basketball IQ plays that he makes over and over.
Chris getting hung up on our side, but he gets down there to the other end of the court.
Chris Schlesinger facing a little bit of defensive trouble. Picks up the ball, swings out to Nick Fallon.
Pops right out of the hoop.
Just in and out. Those are heartbreakers.
You hate to see it.
Swings it over to number 13, Connor Mantelli. Now Jayden Hackley.
It's really, really tough to do anything under the basket with Tommy under there. He's just a beast under the hoop.
This number 23 for Douglas County, Tim Broom, has been making it look trivial. Both on the fast break, getting buckets, and posting up with the big guys. Oh, nice little catch there by Schlesinger. But the shot right before the buzzer is off the mark.
That's going to do it for the first quarter here in the jungle. Score is 12-12.
Kind of a low-scoring affair for a quarter.
A little bit, but it has been high energy. They've gone
definitely
back and forth.
And the Jaguars have quite a few microwave players, so, you know, once they hit a couple shots, get in that rhythm, get that energy up, they'll be hitting a lot more. And after 8 minutes of play, we're back to the second quarter of this game, tied at 12. Rock Canyon's committed 1 foul, and Douglas County has committed 2. That's important to note, Matt, especially as this game becomes more of a defensive matchup. Neither team has really committed many fouls, so as we get going down the stretch, I don't expect them to be getting into the bonus.
Nice put up by Chris.
Chris Schlesinger flexing his inside game right there. Number 2, Jayton Hackley passing to number 1, Al Jackson, trying to set up an opportunity inside. And a nice shot attempt there from A.J. Jackson, but just off the mark. Jalen Ashley connecting on another three-pointer. He is just dead-eye from that range, Matt.
You can see him heating up, too.
And Jayden Hackley comes back with a nice little inside move, but as we all know, going through Miss Sequist's algebra, going through her trig pre-calc,
Oh, yeah.
3s are better than 2s. So as long as Rock Canyon keeps up that perimeter offense, Douglas County's not get back in this one.
That's a nice put up by Nick Fallon.
Foul on number 13.
He's going to get the free throws, too, after that one.
Personal, team's third. Checking from Douglas County, number 4, Keegan Phillips. At the line, shooting 1, foul.
When you talk about a team player, Nick Fallon has been in for the most minutes of anybody on this Rock Canyon team. You know, he's one of the guys of their 3, Jalen Ashley, Quint Geck, and himself, that have played all 19 games of the season. But he's averaging 28.7 minutes per game. Just monumental, especially when you consider that the games are only 32 minutes.
Offensive foul on number 23, Tim Broom, his second personal, team's 4th. Checking for Douglas County, number 22, Luke Boyd.
And Rock Canyon doing a great job on the inside there, drawing an offensive foul and getting that turnover. Chris Schlesinger taking the ball up, rushing, trying to get the defense to collapse so he can throw it to his outside shooters. Now Jalen Ashley with it. Back to Schlesinger. Back to Ashley. Kicks it out. On just off the mark there by Nick Fallon. Jayton Hackley handling. Trying to set up a play.
Now, they don't really have many guys down in the paint. They're kind of keeping it out right now.
Yeah, they're definitely running a small ball lineup, but with Jayden Hackley and especially A.J. Jackson starting to heat up, that might work out well for them. We'll see. Oh, and a great vert on the rebound there for Jalen Ashley, moving the ball up. But Jayden Hackley's there to stop it, slow down the tempo. Jake Hassett inbounding to Schlesinger. Taking their time, slowing down. And you know, now that they've reclaimed the lead, Matt, sitting at 20-14 with 5 minutes left in the half, it might be good to try to slow the tempo down, you know, make sure there's no offensive mistakes.
Yes.
Schlesinger driving, kicks it out. And Nick Fallon again with the 3 attempt, but just off the mark. A.J. Jackson driving. Swings it over in the corner. Oh, and that also just off the mark.
Foul on number 2, Quint Jack, his first personal, team second.
And that seems to be a foul on number 2 for Rock Canyon, Quint Geck, but I'm not sure. Maybe the ref was calling a loose ball foul and over the back. It looked all right to me, but that's okay. Rock Canyon making some substitutions. They now have Brody Aho, Quint Geck, Tommy Rao, Jalen Ashley, and Nick Fallon.
Taking it right to the hoop, Jalen Ashley.
He is so amazing on the fast break. Anytime you get him the ball outside, inside, he's a natural-born scorer. Jaden Hackley taking his time, setting up a play. Passing to number 13, Connor Mantelli. Back to Jaden and just off the mark. Rebound Nick Fallon over to Brody Aho, pushing the pace yet again.
Our rebounds are key right now.
Yeah, they're very important, especially for setting up the fast-paced transition offense that Coach Grams is trying to draw up. It seems like so far Rock Canyon's found a lot of success getting the ball off a rebound, driving down the court, making the defense collapse around the middle to prevent those easy layups, and then kicking out to the better three-point shooters on the team. It'll be exciting, rather, to see how Douglas County coach Clay Comstock adjusts to that.
That's a basket put up by Tommy, number 42.
Wow. Half man, half amazing. You know, Matt, some people say Tommy was created in a lab, especially to be a beast at basketball.
I would definitely believe that. I can see that in him.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Temple.
You know, the man plays like Shaq, but in our calculus class, he's an animal.
Absolute animal.
Yeah. He knows how to integrate, and he's got post moves. Don't see that in a lot of guys.
Checking for Douglas County, number 20.
Possession's going to switch over to the Huskies on this one.
Number 23 senior Tim Broom taking it up once again. Pass to Jaden Hackley. Over to Keegan Phillips, back to Hackley. And then the middle 32, Sean Temple. Ooh, and a wide open three there from Luke Boyd. Douglas County.
Timeout, Douglas County. A 30-second timeout.
Douglas County takes a timeout there, trying to regroup as they attempt to claw their way back in this game. Now sitting at 24-19 with 3 minutes left in the half. Now number 3, Nick Fallon, inbounding to number 5, Brody Aho. Rock Canyon running a smaller lineup out there, it looks like, with number 42, Tommy Rao as the only exception, alongside Jalen Ashley, Brody Aho, number 3, Nick Fallon, and number 23, Brody Rardin. Number 23, Sean Temple. Passes to number 22, Luke Boyd. Over to 32, their big guy, Sean Temple. Back to Tim Broom. County not having a lot of success penetrating in the half court. Rock Canyon really puts the clamps on when they don't have time in transition to set up.
That was a nice deflection by Nick Fallon. Getting him out of the paint there and forcing him to get back.
And now a bit of a scrappy foul on number 5, Brody Aho. But that's only the team's third of the half. It's still a pretty clean game. Jaguars up 5 with 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Ooh, and Tommy going up and getting that board.
There's
Brody
not
Aho
much you
bringing
can
it up.
really do. There's not much you can
There's
really do.
not
to
much you
defend
can do.
that.
Up against Tommy?
Nah, he goes up. He's grabbing that ball.
Oh, yeah. It's like Yao Ming in his prime. Or a tall Darren Collison.
I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna back you up on that one.
You're just going to have to take my word on that one.
I will.
Rock Canyon moving around, trying to get the inbound. Passes to Tommy. Ooh, a little dream shake. What are the refs going to call that?
Foul on number 32, Sean Temple.
Foul on number 32. He cannot contain Tommy in the paint. Matt, are you familiar with Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon?
No.
I'm pretty sure Tommy Rao is Hakeem in disguise.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
That dream shake right there. Ooh, little move, get free in the post. Incredible.
Little shake and bake.
Yes, sir. Speaking of shake and bake, Rock Canyon's brought number 0, Jake Hassett, out. Trying to bring that offensive intensity back up. Number 23, Tim Broom, trying to do it all for the team. Still in this game. Douglas County, taking an outside shot attempt just off. Rebound, Chris Schlesinger. Pushing it up the 4 to number 23, Brody Rardin. Jaguars moving the ball around. And that's going to be yet another foul on number 32, Sean Temple. You know, I'm sure Clay Comstock has responded to Tommy's post game by putting out Sean Temple, but standing at 6'8" as a junior, he's still 2 inches shorter than Tommy. And so far with 2 fouls in less than 1 minute, it seems like he just cannot guard the man. That free throw just off, but with 7 fouls, Douglas County has moved Rock Canyon into the bonus. So now any foul committed against Rock Canyon will become a free throw opportunity. Number 4, Keegan Phillips, just off the mark there. Rebound, Tommy.
Timeout, Rock Canyon.
And Coach Grams decides to call a 30-second timeout for Rock Canyon. Maybe trying to slow it down, set up some half-court plays, figure out what they can do in these last 50 seconds to get a shot opportunity off.
February 21st. The longboard is brought to you by Meadows Dental Group, proud sponsor of all Rock Canyon athletics.
Coming out of the timeout, Rock Canyon is running with a lineup of number 23, Brody Rardin, number 1, Jalen Ashley, number 3, Nick Fallon, 12, Chris Schlesinger, and 0, Jake Hassett. This is a deadly scoring lineup if I've ever seen one. And they seem to be running the clock down, now with about 30 seconds left in the half. Chris trying to create some space. .25 seconds now.
Jags almost lose the ball. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession's going to go to the Huskies.
And number 23, Brody Rardin there in disbelief. Obviously not what Coach Grams drew up, but you know, it's all right. They're still up 4 points. They've got the bonus, and there's only 14 seconds left. Oh.
A technical foul has been called on number 23, Brody Rardin.
Well, that would be why Brody Rardin is so upset that the refs have called a technical foul Perhaps for the chippiness, maybe for some language, I'm not sure, but they've given Jayton Hackley 2 free throws, bring the lead up to just 2. And Douglas County gets possession.
And with 14.4 seconds, we're going to have to see something quick. Jags are going to be up on them like they have been this whole game, and they're going to try and get a stop.
The ref's talking here, maybe going over that technical call. Trying to explain it to Coach Grams. And now an inbound, clock winding down, 10 seconds left. Jayton Hackley with the ball.
Offensive foul on number 10, Cooper McBride, his second personal.
There's an offensive foul on Douglas County's number 10, Cooper McBride. The junior center setting a moving pick there. 5 seconds left, clock winding down. And Chris's layup opportunity is just off the mark. Well, still a close game, 24-22, heading into the second half. It's definitely been a defensive matchup so far. But it's not as if they've been missing a lot of shots. There's just been a great defensive intensity, some scrappiness, lots of heart, lots of hustle. And, you know, maybe if they come out in the second half, slow the game down a little bit, get in some more half-court sets, there will be more scoring, but a great game so far. And we are back. Nick Fallon with the board. Chris Schlesinger taking up slow. He wants to let the offense have a chance to set in the half court.
Jalen with the shot.
Oh, and just in and out, but a great rebound. Or two.
Foul number 22, Luke Boyd.
So Chris is going to the line.
Yep, off the foul for number 22, Luke Boyd. And Chris Schlesinger, he's one of the better Rock Canyon players, even as a sophomore.
Missed that first one.
Yeah.
He's got one more.
He's putting up 5.7 points per game, so not the team's most elite shooter, but he's not asked to shoot quite a lot. He plays 24 points per game, but he's a great distributor, wonderful at driving into the paint and drawing the
And he
defense.
made that second one.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to bring us up to 25-22 Jaguars.
And Douglas County throwing it over to the corner.
Three-point basket, Boyd.
And with that three by Luke Boyd, the game is tied at 25. Chris driving, dishes it. And Jake Hassett's shot is just off. Number 23, Tim Broom, passing it out, and
That's
Douglas
an air
County-
ball. That's an air ball.
They have not been good from three-point today.
That's what you get when you come into the jungle.
Ooh, the Huskies having a hard time so far against these Jaguars, especially from three, but the game is still tied at 25, so let's see what Rock Canyon makes happen this second half.
It's going to be another personal foul on Douglas County.
Number 23, Tim Broom fouling that time.
Foul number 23,
Taking
Tim
Jake
Broom,
Hassett right to the
his
rack.
personal, team second. At the line, shooting to Hassett.
Jake Hassett, another elite member of Rock Canyon's team, playing 26 minutes per game here in his senior season. He's been a great big man, wonderful at the forward position for the last 3 years.
He's 1 for 2 on those free throws. Douglas County getting the ball back.
Number 23, Tim Broom, pushing up court. Drives. And kicks out yet again.
Three-point basket, Boyd.
You know, Cameron, it seems like that's been Douglas County's strategy all game, to drive, penetrate the defense, and then kick out for a three-point opportunity.
And I will
Luckily, Rock Canyon's been able to stifle most of those chances, but
oh, Jake Hassett with the slam.
oh my goodness. Going right to the boards. It's all tied up, back again at 28. Jake Hassett giving it out to Jalen Ashley.
Nick Fallon with the drive. Oh, just bounced out.
Number 23, Tim Broom coming back. Ooh, with the runner. That was beautiful.
It's going to be a charge against Jake Hassett, Rock Canyon possession.
Number 23, Tim Broom.
So that's going to be no points for the Huskies.
Wow, it was a great shot, but an even better Rock Canyon play, getting in front. Ooh, but unfortunately looks like Tim Broom is hobbling a bit after that play. But with 4 fouls already so far in the game, it might be a good opportunity for Douglas County to rest their superstar for the fourth quarter. Schlesinger taking it up court, over to Nick Fallon. Schlesinger again, top of the apron. Looking to drive,
And it's going to be a loose ball.
and it looked to me as if the ball was poke loosed, but the refs rule that Schlesinger just lost control. So now it's going to be Douglas County pushing up the court with number 2, Jayton Hackley.
Saw some calls like that earlier in the girls' game. We love our referees here at Rock Canyon.
Oh, they're doing an okay job.
Best they can.
I don't know about that technical earlier, but, you know, as long as the game's still tied, it's all right.
Jake Hassett with the three.
Oh, and that boy's
just-
got range, but just off.
bounced.
Yeah.
Foul number 2, Quinn Check, his second personal.
Another foul on Quint.
Yeah, it's loose ball foul for Quinjek. You know, he's going up for it. He's a scrappy guy trying to get the rebound. And Coach Grams has always taught his guys, go up, be strong for the rebound. Be aggressive. Take up your space. You know, that's what they hit the weight room for.
Jalen Ashley with the rebound. Driving down the court.
Jalen making
the
a nice
paint.
little move.
Incredible post move for the 2 points.
And that breaks the deadlock. Jaguars now have 30 points to Douglas County's 28.
And we've got a close one here in the jungle.
Shot just off. Rebound Jake Hassett. Pushing up the court to Jalen.
With the 3. And that one's going to be airballed. But Nick Fallon with the rebound. And 2 points.
We'll call that an assist, yeah? It was just a fancy looking pass from Jalen to set up the Nick Fallon bucket. Oh, but number 10, the center for the Huskies, Cooper McBride, comes back with a 3 of his own, and it is still a 2-point game here with 4 minutes left.
And the student section is packed tonight, led by our wonderful Golden Boys.
Oh yeah, the students section is always instrumental when we're playing in the jungle. They do a great job hyping up the players, getting that momentum up.
And Colorado Basketball on Twitter actually awarded us #1 student section in the state.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's incredible.
Home court advantage. Number 0, inbounding. Jake Hassett to Chris Schlesinger. Rock Canyon with a lineup of Schlesinger, Hassett, Aiden Cool, Jalen Ashley, and Quint Geck.
And Aiden's driving, dishes it off to Jalen. And Jalen with the shot.
Great little play there. You know, Aiden Cool's always had handles and always had passes for a guy who plays a big man's position. You know, at the local Southridge Rec Center, we call him White Chocolate. He's got the silkiest handles we've ever seen. Ooh, Aiden Cool breaking free, passes over to Quint Geck. And it's going to be a foul under the basket, number 4 of Douglas County.
His second personal, team's 4th. Checking for Douglas County, number 13, Connor Mantelli.
Checking in for Douglas County, number 13, Connor Mantelli. And this is going to be Rock Canyon's ball under the basket. Always a great position to be in, especially with guys so talented at inside scoring.
And that's going to be a jump ball.
Jump ball, check ball.
Possession, Rock Canyon.
Ball to Jake Hassett in the post. Oh, and it just rolls out. Number 2, Jayden Hackley, pushing pace.
Oh, little deflection. Back to Jayden with the shot again. 2 more points.
Douglas County working very hard on the offensive side of the ball to keep this game close. Quint with the pass to Jake Hassett.
Back up to the top, Aiden Cool driving, dishing it off to Quint for the 3. Incredible!
Oh. Get that boy a towel. His shot, Cameron, wet. Jake Hassett fighting for the loose ball there. Grabs it away from Douglas County, setting up a fast break. Chris Schlesinger back to Hassett. Oh, who just loses it.
triple block. It's going to be called a shooting foul against Jalen, committed by Jalen Ashley.
You know, I might go as far as to call it against Jalen. That was a highlight block right there against number 1 A.J. Jackson for Douglas County. But, you know, we can still put it in the highlight reel. No one will notice that it was called a foul.
Referees, huh? Can't live with them, can't live without them.
Yes, sir. But you know what? Here with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter, the score is 37-33. Both teams still doing a good job to stay out of foul trouble. Rock Canyon with 2 team fouls and Douglas County with 4.
And we've got quite the league game in the middle of this third quarter. So if you can come down, we've got room in the jungle.
Oh, definitely. The student section is always inviting, and they can use your support. Brody Aho bringing the ball up, passes to Queck, over to Jalen. Tommy, big Tommy. Oh, and just bounces out.
They're going to give Jaden the ball again, driving up.
You know, all of these past couple offensive possessions for Douglas County have been funneled through Jayden Hackley, their leading scorer, sophomore point guard.
That's going to be a foul on number 42, Tommy Rao.
And the Big Dipper there just, you know, had to teach number 10, Cooper McBride, a lesson in the paint. You come into Tommy's paint, you're not getting out the easy way.
Correction, that was against Aiden Cool.
Oh, well.
Personal foul on Aiden Cool. His first of the game.
Well, Tommy was intimidating him, okay? I felt it from here. And number
Student
10,
section.
Cooper McBride, sinks both free throws to bring it to 37-36 with
Student
2 minutes
section's
left.
never quiet during those free throws. Oh, out to Quint. Back to Brody. And the dish to Jalen.
Ooh, a nice little move there after the foul.
22, Luke Boyd, his third personal. Team Smith.
And this is going to be an inbound for Rock Canyon. Aiden Cool, silkiest passes in the game. Going to dish it to Brody Aho. Brody surveying the court, figuring out what his master strategy is going to be. Gives it to Tommy Rao on the perimeter. Triple threat, Brody Aho. You never know what he's going to do. Might pull out a dunk. Gives it to Tommy Rao. Ooh, tries to swing it inside to Quint.
Deflected by Cooper McBride, number 10 for the Huskies. Looked like A.J. Jackson, number 1 on the Huskies, was going to go up for that one, but something happened.
Yeah, he seemed to just lose it. You know, maybe he was intimidated by the Rock Canyon big men. Maybe he's just getting a little sweaty out there, playing so many minutes, being such an essential part of this Douglas County team. But no matter the case, it's Rock Canyon's ball. Brody Aho bringing it up, calling for a high pick from Aiden Cool. Now pushing him off.
You got number 22 tight on Brody Aho. You know what I say?
What's that?
Never trust a man that's 5'10".
Oh, and Tommy calling for the isolation. He's got post moves. He gets his own offensive rebounds. Call him Zion already.
And Tommy's going to go to the line for those.
That's an and one for Tommy Rao, the Big Dipper, number 42. And of course, he converts the and one, putting Rock Canyon up 4 with 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Douglas County's shot is just off the mark, but Jalen Ashley, in an effort to go up for that athletic rebound, tips it out of bounds, and it's going to be A.J. Jackson inbounding the ball for Douglas County. Inbounds it, of course. Number 2, Jayden Hackley with the ball, trying to set up the offense as the clock winds down. 20 seconds left in this quarter.
Looks like the Huskies are trying to wind this clock down.
Now
Under
10 seconds left.
And a shot. And that's in, bringing our score to 40-39.
A nice
Jags.
little corner three from number 13, Connor Mantelli. And as you said, Cameron, that's going to bring the lead to just one for Rock Canyon. That was a great quarter. We saw a lot of shooting flourishes, some great defense, and highlight plays all around.
Now, you know what I want to see in this fourth quarter?
What's that, Cameron?
Return of Douglas County's Tim Broom.
Uh-huh.
Have a game in there with our two top scorers.
Yes, sir. After leaving that game, the third quarter earlier with that seemingly apparent ankle injury after his charge, it would be great to see Tim Broom, the senior point guard, get out there alongside his partner Jayden Hackley. They're both incredibly dangerous, great, gifted scorers for this Douglas County team. Hackley putting up 13 points per game to Tim Broom's 13.4. And, you know, as a pair of guards that can shoot, drive, do it all, they really do lead the Douglas County offense. But it's been great to see how Douglas County has adjusted, and their head coach Clay Comstock has made adjustments without Tim in the game.
And we are back for the start of the fourth quarter here in the jungle. Scores 40-39. Jaguars with the lead. 8 minutes left in this game.
Rock Canyon running with the same lineup as the end of last quarter.
And
Brody
we do
Aho,
see
Tommy Rao, Jalen Ashley, Aiden Cool, and Quint Geck.
And Tim Broom has come back in for the fourth quarter. He is still limping a little bit. That'll be something to watch.
Yeah, especially as a guard, that's always seems pretty bad when you have a limp. You know, it limits your explosiveness, but he's still got the great ball handling skills, so he'll probably be able to lead Douglas County's offense if they do come back.
And as their highest scoring senior, he definitely is a leader for this team.
Definitely. And senior leadership shouldn't be overlooked, especially talking about both these teams tonight on senior night. Rock Canyon's got some great senior leaders out on the court right now. Obviously, they've got younger guys like Nick Fallon, but Jalen Ashley, the team's leading scorer, is a wonderful model for a guard, a scorer. What a leader should be on the team. Tommy Rao, after transferring a year or two back, he's established himself as a great bench scorer and a real great team leader for these younger guys.
And Jayden with the shot. It's going to give the Huskies the lead. Scores now 40-41.
Wow, and for the first time this half, Douglas County claims the lead.
Jalen Ashley with the shot.
Oh, and that's just off. Number 23,
Tim Broom.
pushing pace.
Oh, another three for the Huskies.
Connor Mantelli back in it again in the same corner. He sure loves that spot for those corner threes. And now about 6.5 minutes left. Douglas County up 4. Let's see if Rock Canyon can put together some scoring drives.
Tommy Rao looking to dish the ball, but he's going to take it in the paint.
Oh my goodness! Just bullying kids. It's like it's the 80s and Tommy Rao's Ewing going up against the smallest kid on the Hornets. Douglas County dishing outside, their center driving. And that's going to be a travel called on number 10, Cooper McBride. Trying to beat DeMarcus Cousins out there with the handles. Ends up just looking like Dwight Howard. Rock Canyon trying to get past the full court press. Ooh, and Chris Schlesinger with a nice looking opportunity inside, just off the mark. And the Douglas County student section, which I'll be honest, I had not noticed was forming, explodes after that and one by their leading scorer, number 2, Jayton Hackley.
And that personal foul is going to be against Brody Rardin, sophomore. And they made that shot, so the score is going to be 42 to 47.
Over to Nick Fallon in the corner. Looking to give it to Tommy Rao.
Foul was called.
Foul on number 22, Luke Boyd, his 4th personal.
On number 22, Luke Boyd on the Huskies.
And that's going to be a foul on Chris Schlesinger, which is going to move the Huskies up to 17 fouls, putting the Rock Canyon Jaguars in the bonus. This means, for those of you that don't know, that any fouls against the Rock Canyon Jaguars while they're on the offensive end will result in immediate free throws.
Double team by the Jaguars. Over and back foul. Not sure if it's going to be called. And the timeout is called by Douglas County as Rock Canyon began to leave the bench either way.
Yeah, the Rock Canyon bench was seemingly convinced that was an over and back by Douglas County. A great trap drawn up by Coach Grams and the Rock Canyon coaching staff, but to no avail as they're able to call a timeout.
And we are back after a wonderful performance by our Varsity Palms team and the pep band.
Just under 6 minutes left of play in this fourth quarter. Douglas County is up 5, but Rock Canyon is in the single bonus. So they're not giving up hope, not even close. Tommy Rao with the wonderful shot block attempt there and the rebound. Gives it to Chris Schlesinger, driving.
Schlesinger driving in, 2 points for Chris, bringing our deficit to 3 points,
And
44
that
to
shot
47.
right there brought the student section alive.
And an incredible block by Chris!
Oh my God!
That one's going on the highlight reel. Tim Broom with the shot, and he makes it.
Oh.
Speaking of brooms, you see those brooms standing up all over social media yesterday, Sage?
Oh, I sure did. Quite the fad. Number 3, Nick Fallon, giving it to Chris Schlesinger. Something flies off a player there. Tommy Rao.
Oh, Tommy Rao with 2 more points.
Tommy Rao shaking him to sleep. These post moves got me dizzy, Cameron.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know everyone's wondering if Tommy's got a date.
I'll tell you, Tommy's got a date with one thing and one thing only, the post.
Another sick 3-point shot by the Huskies.
And that was absolutely hurtful. Number 2, Jayton Hackley coming through with the 3 to put the Huskies up 6. Now with 4 minutes, 10 seconds left.
Coach Grams is on the court.
Checking for Douglas County, number 4, Keegan Phillips. Checking for Rock Canyon, number 1, Jalen Ashley. Number 0, Jake Hassel. Number 5, Brody Otto.
Chris Schlesinger seems to be a little bent over, catching his breath. With that, all the effort on that block.
Rock Canyon coach Grams has subbed in some players. We got number 1, Jalen Ashley. Number 5, Brody Aho. Number 3, Nick Fallon. Number 12, Chris Schlesinger. And number 0, Jake Hassett out on the floor.
And Schlesinger misses that and one attempt. Giving the ball to Tim Broom, who took it out and gave it to Jaden, number 2.
Douglas County moving it around. And the refs are going to call a foul on number 1, Jalen Ashley. Luckily, Douglas County is not in the bonus, so that's just going to be an inbound. But Rock Canyon is in the single bonus, and Douglas County has 18 fouls. So if they get 2 more, we'll be up in the double. And a very controversial call there. Jalen Ashley trying to set up, establish his position to take the charge, but the refs call it a blocking foul.
And nobody's happy in the Rock Canyon student section right now.
Yeah, not only is that going to burn some time off the clock and limit this momentum built up by the Rock Canyon defense, but it brings our team fouls to 6, 1 away from being in the bonus. A little bobble on the rebound there, and Douglas County gets it back.
Yeah, Keegan Phillips couldn't get his hands on it, but Jaden sure could.
Number 2, Jayden Hackley, handling outside. Seems like he's trying to wind the clock down as we approach 3 minutes left. We started this possession with 4.
Jayden Hockley is a sophomore at Douglas County, and he sure controls the court. So it'll be interesting to see how much he grows in the next 2 years.
Oh, definitely. Even as a sophomore, he's the team's leading scorer.
Offensive foul number 23, Tim Broom, his 5th personal.
And that's number 5 for Tim Broom. He's out.
Oh, Tim Broom, the senior, has been ejected off that offensive foul. And that makes 9 team fouls. But, you know, Douglas County, I think that was most likely their intention. They wound a good 1.5 minutes off the clock there. And now a sick block from Douglas County.
And it looks like number 4, Zach McMahon, is in the game for the Jaguars.
Oh, he brings great defensive presence. It's no surprise to see him out there. One of the younger guys doing it all for this Rock Canyon team.
There's an incredible charge by Zach McMahon.
Foul number 4, Zach McMahon, his first
A foul on Zach McMahon. Oh, come on, refs.
Oh, they call a blocking foul on the 5'11 sophomore.
At the line of shooting 2.
We'll see that on film tomorrow. That was a charge, if I've ever seen one.
Well, it's discouraging, but this Rock Canyon student section has not given up hope here with A.J. Jackson on the line, sinking his first.
And that blocking foul does put Douglas County into the bonus.
It does. So now any fouls committed by Rock Canyon's defense will send Douglas County to the line for at least 1 shot. So now with an 8-point lead, Rock Canyon pushes the pace heavily, swings it over to Jake Hassett. Jalen Ashley driving.
Just over 2 minutes left in this one.
And he draws the foul off
Foul
number
2,
10.
Jayden Hackley, his 2nd personal, team's 10th. At the line shooting 2, Ashley.
And that is Douglas County's 10th team foul, putting Rock Canyon in double bonus. They will now always have the opportunity for 2 free throws, even if the first misses, as we've just seen.
Let it also be known that number 2, Jayden Hockley, on the Huskies, does in fact have shoe game.
He does have shoe game, I can confirm.
That's going to be 1 of 2 for the Jaguars, bringing our score 54-47 Huskies.
Inbound to Jayden Hackley, pushing it up very slowly, taking his sweet time. Here's the clock approaches 2 minutes. Oh, and Brody Aho slipping and sliding all over the place trying to get to the ball.
An incredible grab by Jalen Ashley, driving down the court. And he's in the paint. Oh, pass it back to Zach McMahon, number 4, and then to Nick Fallon as he drives. And the ball comes out of bounds.
Great effort there, drive, incredible pace by the Rock Canyon Jaguars, but it just does not go their way, as despite the scrappiness, there's no fouls called and the ball goes out of bounds.
You hate to see it.
Inbound to number 2, Jayden Hackley. And they're going to call
Oh, he didn't touch him.
a foul yet again on number 4, Zach McMahon.
Very hard to stay impartial on this one, Sage.
I can tell. Jalen Ashley with the board after that missed free throw. Jaguars only down 7. And he goes for the shot.
Foul call.
Fouled on the way out.
Jalen Ashley returning to the free throw line. And the Jaguars are in the double bonus.
Yes, so they are guaranteed 2 free throws on every offensive foul committed against them.
And Jalen misses the first one. Visibly in anguish. But he
I
makes
don't
the
know,
second
Cam.
one. He makes
He
the
looks
second one.
cool as a cucumber to me. You know, the time's running down. There's only 1:40 left, but he doesn't let the nerves get to him. 2, Jayden Hackley pushing again. Ooh, dribbling all over the court. The sophomore's got a handle.
Little break of coverage by the Jaguars.
But number 1, A.J. Jackson looks to be just dribbling out the clock rather than going
Wow.
for the scoring opportunity.
Wow. They're looking to get into that double bonus, forcing the Jaguars to foul again.
Yeah, and this promises to get ugly if we get into the foul game. But now that both teams are in double bonus, there's really not much a point to holding back. Douglas County wants to be fouled, and you know if Rock Canyon doesn't foul them, they're just going to dribble out the clock.
And the Huskies made their first free throw, giving them a 7-point lead.
Brody Aho pushing pace. Getting it over to Nick Fallon. Jalen Ashley from three-point land. Oh, and the whole defense is following him. And a shooting foul by number 4, Keegan Phillips. I heard that slap all the way from over here, Cam.
I heard it too. Jalen Ashley misses that first free throw. But makes the second.
Now it is just a 7-point game. Zach McMahon runs around, gets the trap on the center.
Oh! A nasty, nasty collision mid-court between Jayden Hackley and Jalen Ashley.
Yeah, hard collision there. Both players appear to be all right.
Yeah, they're good. Just a pass into coverage, and thankful they're both okay.
And that's going to be Jalen Ashley's 5th foul of the game.
He will be taking a seat on the bench. Games like this, especially in league play, can have some heavy emotions tied to them. So
Oh, definitely. Especially in such a competitive league where these teams are fighting for ranking over one another. Rock Canyon sitting at 4-2 in the Continental League, and Douglas County at 3-4. Both in the middle of the pack trying to establish themselves.
hard foul against Brody Aho, taking him to the line. Makes the first one, bringing our score to 50-58.
54 seconds here left in the game.
And he makes the second, bringing the score to 51-58.
And Douglas County calls a full timeout to give them a moment. Once they've gotten it to half court, now they just have to inbound the ball, run down the clock, and hold on to their 7-point lead.
We are back in the jungle after a wonderful performance by our Pep Band and Palms team. And while this has been a very competitive game tonight in the jungle, with 42 seconds left, scores 58 to 51, there has been another competitive race in the New Hampshire primaries.
Sure has, Cameron. There sure has been. Douglas County with the steal there, and that's going to all but ice the game.
Foul on number 0, Jake Hassett, his first personal. At the line and shooting 2, McBride.
And we are beginning to see some fans vacate the stadium.
Yeah, you never like to see fair weather fans, but games like this can just be heartbreaking, Cam. Rock Canyon trying to get off a few last shot attempts, but ultimately have to foul.
Bit of aggression from Jake and Zach on those on that foul.
A little bit. Well, they give their all. They have that defensive intensity, and that's why Coach puts them out on the floor. But as a player, as a fan, you never hate to lose such close games like this.
Speaking of fans, even with this outcome of the game sealing up, the student section has not disbanded.
It has not. No,
They're strong. They're still loud on these free throws.
These fans are still here for their players.
And that's what makes the Rock Canyon student section the best in the state.
Definitely. Number
25.
1, A.J. Jackson.
25.9 seconds left in the game. Scores 60 to 51.
Brody Ajo swings it out to Nick Fallon, who drives. And
Nick
that
Fallon,
shot's going to go
points.
down.
And a timeout is called by Rock Canyon, 30-second timeout. Now we've got 19 seconds left, 7 points. This isn't unheard of.
No, sir. You know Tracy McGrady?
I was going to talk about our very own Sam Maston when he scored the 4 points in 3 seconds in the playoffs a couple of years ago. But also Tracy McGrady.
Yeah, putting up 16 and what, 9?
I was going to say like 13 and 35.
Let's stick to high school basketball, shall we?
That's what they pay us to do.
We don't get paid. And Douglas County inbounding the ball.
Oh, and Brody Rardon with that with the foul there.
Pretty gentle foul.
I didn't think he wrapped around him.
Well, I'm
agree to disagree.
Okay. Perhaps it just looked gentle, but it took all his force because I'll tell you, number 10, Cooper McBride, the center for Douglas County, he's a big dude.
And you know who's not a big dude on the Douglas County Huskies is number 22, Luke Boyd, at a listed height of 5'10", I believe. A close call over at our table. Ball coming in close. As I was saying, Luke Boyd.
Are we going to disregard that our producer, Matthew Mejia, almost just died?
But he saved us.
Oh, he sure did.
Luke Boyd is listed at 5'10".
Yes, sir.
I am 5'9", but when I stood next to Luke Boyd, I was taller than him.
Really?
I think there's some collusion here.
Wow.
At the line shooting 2, Boyd.
Luke Boyd with the free throw.
Number 13, Hayden Cool. Number 20, Carson Raritan. Number 24, Mason Smith.
And now with 9 seconds left, this game is all but sealed.
A little bit confusion on the court with these substitutions by Rock Canyon. But it looks like we've got 5 guys out there now, so we're good to go. You know, towards the end of this game, we could be a little bit quieter, a little bit more soothing.
It did, yeah. It should be noted, though, Douglas County did bring a sizable fan base to this game. And
Yes,
they're certainly not
They are
staying
located
quiet.
in Castle Rock. So, and that's going to be the end of the game. Final score is 63-53. Douglas County Huskies, which is going to bring their record to 12-8 overall and 4-4 in the Continental League. The Rock Canyon record is brought down to 11-9 and 4-3 in Continental League.
So the teams are still pretty comparable when it comes to being in the Continental League, but compared to each other, you know, Douglas County has the better record, but they're pretty good against each other. This was a close game all the way through, up until the last couple of minutes, and a great game to watch.
Now, something that is of note is that Tim Brown, number 23 on the Huskies, now has one of his shoes off, wrapped in ice. His foot is wrapped in ice, and he's hobbling to the locker room now on one foot.
Definitely unfortunate, and that could affect the performance of this team down the stretch.
But Jaguars, thank you for joining us once again with the Boys Varsity live stream. And we can't wait to see you again next time.
Yep. Thank you for watching RCBN, and have a great
Cam.
night. I'm Sage.
Thank you.